What is up, guys? And in today's video I am back with another review here on the channel, and I will be reviewing the Blair Witch. So in this video I will be giving my thoughts and my review on Blair Witch. If you enjoyed the video, do make sure you smash that like button and please subscribe if y'all brand new around here. Let's hop right into this video. So the Blair Witch, it's basically it is a found footage movie about these inspiring filmmakers that are doing this art project on the Blair Witch and trying to figure out, is this legend, this curse, this whatever, is it real? And it's real. They find that out real quick. They go off in the woods and eventually they get lost and they start to fight, and you know where it goes from there. In my personal opinion, this is a pretty good horror movie. Is it one of the best horror movies ever made? No. It's not one of the best horror movies ever made, I will say that. I think it was only effective for its time. You gotta think, this movie seems real. When you watch it, it seems real. That's the thing that I say. It seems that it was more effective for its time when it first came out, obviously. But you have to understand, this is a movie that created all the other found footage movies. The Last Exorcism, Paranormal Activity. It created that subgenre of horror, that found footage subgenre. This movie created that, in my opinion. You know, there's even like a whole scene where they're interviewing people in the town, and you see that in some other found footage movies, and you see that in The Last Exorcism where like the priest is interviewing people. So again, there's a lot of there's a lot of found footage films that are inspired by this particular movie. And again, like I said, I think the Blair Witch is a very good, enjoyable, watchable horror movie. But is it the best horror movie ever made? No, I don't say that by any means, and that's nothing against the film at all. It's just I think the whole effectiveness and how effective this movie can be and how rewatchable that it can be. I think it was way more effective, again, for its time. Very similar to the Exorcist, which is a whole nother topic. But yeah, Blair Witch, I think this is a really good movie. And surprisingly, and it's interesting to think about this, not a lot of people talk about the Blair Witch. If you talk about found footage, it's always Paranormal Activity. It's always Paranormal Activity. It's never the Blair Witch. It's never the Blair Witch. I think the Blair Witch is one of the best written found footage movies because it understands, okay, it's going to be slow. It's going to be pretty slow for those first 5-10 minutes. It's going to be pretty slow. How can we keep that interesting? How can we keep the audience intrigued? I think this is, one of the found footage movies that does that right. And again, I sound like a broken record, but yes, the Blair Witch is a classic. It deserves that classic spot. And I think I've already said it, but I don't hear enough people talking about the Blair Witch. Again, there was a time where a lot of people talked about this movie, but now it seems like no one really talks about this movie, and I don't know why. Because yes, it's a found footage movie, but I think what's interesting to note is there are some bad found footage movies, and I think because of that, some people don't want to check out the Blair Witch, which created and started this subgenre. And me enjoying the Blair Witch is coming from a person who is really picky and not a fan of found footage movies. There's only a few found footage movies that I actually enjoy, and this is one of them. Which could make for a interesting video that I may do later on. But final thoughts on Blair Witch: I think it's watchable. I think it's entertaining. I think once they find the little symbols hanging on the tree, and the whole map situation, and the whole night where they wake up in their tent and they're being chased and hunted, that's when things really ramp up. And yeah, final thoughts on Blair Witch: I think it's a classic. I think it deserves that classic spot. I think more people need to talk about Blair Witch. Yes, it's a found footage movie, and a found footage film is not for everybody because, again, like I said, it's going to be slow for the first 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to be pretty slow, but that's the thing about the Blair Witch. They do the pacing pretty good here. They do the writing pretty well here. So I would give the Blair Witch a 9 out of 9. I think it's the best written found footage movie. I've always felt like that. But yeah, like I said, final thoughts of Blair Witch at 9 out of 9. Let's have a discussion in the comments below. How do you feel about Blair Witch? Make sure you hit the like button, please subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.